This list, you may have seen me run a list kind of like this. God, maybe 2 months ago? It was a 60-card list. This was a list run by Ben Stark, Seth Manfield, Brad Nelson, in the recent... I can't remember what it is. It's just like Superstar Magic Humans. Some bullshit like that. I don't remember what the name of it is. Can someone remind me? I don't care. The purpose of this list is that it is a hand hater deck. It is hand hater. And let's look at the core list of cards in what I'll call the 60 card list. Burglar Rat. It's a small creature that forces you to discard. Yarok's Fenlurker. It's a small creature that forces an opponent to exile, basically discard. You also have, again, this is just the core set of cards in this deck, you have a Doom Foretold. Now, I want to read this because this is an important card. I would not describe it as necessarily the core to the deck. It's a good card that needs to be thoughtfully built around. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player sacrifices a non-land, non-token permanent. So if I play this, say on turn 4, I pass to you, it's your turn, you now gotta sack something. So, say if you play Nissa, and you have a 3/3 land, it's up and forcing Nissa to get sacrificed because you can't sack that land. Now here's the sort of finishing part. If that player can't, they discard a card. Again, focus on discard, hand hate. If they can't, that player discards a card, they lose 2 life, you draw a card, you gain 2 life, and you create a 2/2 white knight creature token. Then you sack Doom Foretold. Look at that last sentence. Then you sack Doom Foretold. So again, if I play something, my opponent has nothing there, Doom Foretold pops and turns into a bunch of benefit. It's very important to note that this can cause multiple things to get sacked. Let's imagine that no one's playing any cards, but let's suppose that my opponent has 2 creatures out, and I have I have 1 Burglar Rat out. Again, my opponent has 2, I have 1 Burglar Rat. I can play Doom Foretold, passes to their turn. They have to sacrifice a creature, it passes back to me. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, that's me. That player sacrifices a non-land, non-token permanent. That's me. I have to sacrifice something. So you know what I do? I sack my Burglar Rat. I sack my cheap little baby that has already had a positive impact, and then it goes back to you, and you have to sack a second thing. So the gist of Doom Foretold is it's not just forcing my opponent to sack things. It's forcing my opponent to sack multiple things if I have a good setup. And what better to sack than a Treacherous Blessing? When Treacherous Blessing enters the battlefield, draw 3 cards. Whenever you cast a spell, you lose 1 life. When Treacherous Blessing becomes the target of a spell or ability, sack it. So I can play Treacherous Blessing. I can play my Doom Foretold. Pass to you, you sack a creature. Pass to me, I sack my Treacherous Blessing. It's excellent. Now, what does the remainder of the deck look like? Oh, let's not forget we also have an Agonizing Remorse, more hand hate. We have a Charming Prince. Look at the last line of text there. When this enters the battlefield, you can exile another target creature you own, like a Burglar Rat, return it to the battlefield under your control at the beginning of the next end step, and force another discard. So the whole idea is you're just causing lots of discards. And because this has Yorion as a companion, we need to go to 80. Why Yorion? Well, if I have Burglar Rats, Fenlurkers, Treacherous Blessings, I can flicker all of those, play them, everything gets exiled, all comes back in, boom, boom, boom. We actually have a ton of enchantment deletion as well. Team of Reclamation decks get shit on by this. Mortify to take it out, Doom Foretold to take it out, Elspeth Conquers Death to take it out, Agonizing Remorse to seek it out into the hand and kill it. Jed Cooper says, can you infinite Yorion Charming Prince over and over? Absolutely. Play a Yorion, it causes a Charming Prince to exile. At end of turn, Charming Prince comes back, you exile Yorion. At the next end step, so you have to wait through a full other turn, you can play that again. Does Yorion targeting Treacherous Blessing not cause it to sack? It does cause it to sack, yeah. Does cause it to sack. Thank you. So, also other things, Glass Caskets. Not always, but sometimes the flickering aspect of Glass Casket is really relevant. Play Glass Casket, eat a Hydroid Krasis. Then you replay Yorion. Glass Casket gets exiled, comes back, gets a different Krasis. So on and so forth. Some of the other cards that are here are extreme value cards. Kaya. Oh yeah, by the way, Oath of Kaya, very good for flickering. Very good for bounce return. Because Charming Prince only gets creatures. Yorion gets everything. Kaya can get ovens. It can get cats. It can get aggro decks. You can exile them. And you can get a little health gain as a result of the +1. Elspeth, Son's Nemesis, a fantastic, fantastic card. Fantastic card. Now, the sideboard, I'm going to say, makes 80% sense to me. Aggro matchups, or excuse me, control matchups, we cut the aggro tools, we put in the Duress, you know? More Glass Caskets for aggro, Despark, very versatile, but primarily excellent against some of these 4-mana enchantments. Well, actually, now it's just Wilderness Reclamation. 4 up against wide boardy things like Jund Sacrifice, Mono Red, Kaya's Wrath comes in. There's 4 Rotting Regisaurs in the sideboard, which looks like an essential sideboard tool. And I know fucking clue when it comes in. Someone help me out. I would assume it's if I am against very large creatures. AL3X 3003. Looks good. Hey Sean, I really like your stream for these calm moments of reflection to themes outside games and fun. Even living in Germany, the events happening are sometimes different than in the US. I really feel better listening to your words. That means a lot to hear. I mean, I don't know what I'm up against. I'm going to keep the strong response. Boozy Badger says, how do you deal with terrible news at the time? I just got really bad news and not sure how to take it. I really think it can't be overstated how helpful it is to just sit with it. What did we exile? Show me what you got, Mario Bodega. Great. This looks very much so like a Teamer Reclamation deck. So what we're going to do is we're going to play Treacherous Blessing, go all the way back up to 7 cards. Individual pings don't matter the most. You got it. It's knocked on out. If Mario Brega was bringing in Breeding Pool and Island, Growth Spiral is often a common tool there. Okay. Now, there's going to be certainly a good chunk of piloting errors with this deck. But we can already see the impending threat. We can already see the impending threat coming in. I can spend 3 mana to place Yorion into the hand. Yeah, this is Teamer Reclamation. How do I deal with bad news? I think that some of it is I sit with it. You know, like sometimes, here's a real common type of bad news I deal with. A really common type of bad news that I have dealt with in my life. Someone just says a nasty comment, and it hurts me. Sometimes there's part of me that's like, I want to get away from this. I want to put it away, and I want to try to not think. I want to try to distract myself. Ugh. Okay, so we have some options. I think this is probably going to be the most comfortable one to do. This is a pretty big threat, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I'll see a meme comment, and sometimes I just, I want to run away, get me out of here, run, you know. However, sometimes I just sit there with it and I just kind of let myself be with that. And over time it can become less scary to just sit and kind of look that pain right in the face. Another thing that I will do is I know a lot of... I love this phrase. This phrase made sense to me. Because when I started to hear all the stuff about self-care, you got to do self-care, you got to practice self-care. Self-care is so important, Sean. I remember being like, self-care? Oh, that's for rich people, man. Like, self-care? What the fuck? Yep. Our opponent very much so appeared to be someone with a Mystic Dispute, and these are the cards that I want to not get disputed. But I heard the phrase that self-care is not about being rich and being able to buy a weekend at a spa. Self-care is about returning. It's about a return to yourself, a return to the things that make you happy, a return to the things that you care about. I think I want to play the Elspeth Conquers Death, because if there is a counterspell, I think I prefer this to be countered than the Doom Foretold. You got it. Yeah, I just love this phrase, a return to the things you care about. It's a return. It's a return. And I find this very, very powerful and meaningful for myself, because I'm like, yeah, what does really make me feel a sense of self and feel real happiness and comfort? You know what some of those things are? Watching videos about learning of very specific topics. Old games I played as a kid, I watched Let's Plays of those. Well, it appears we've hit a little bit of a stalemate. If you have nothing to sacrifice, Doom Foretold gets on out of there. So I like to sit with whatever such thing I might be feeling, dealing with. I like to sit with it. I like to stop and I like to think about things that give me a sense of comfort. Things that really have felt like me historically. Things that really make me happy in that way. I'm going to go ahead and bonk Mario in the face. Mario's very close to dying due to Oath of Kaya's alone. And then I think, so again, sitting, looking for things that I care about, that are historical, looking back to myself in the past. I'm going to go ahead and play this just to cause damage to Mario, and for a knight to pop out, because Doom Foretold cracks when there's nothing in the hand. And then, and the third thing I like to do is I actually like to start to think about things that will really allow me to handle the action side of the stress. The action side of the stress. Like, for instance, I don't know, I'm just going to make something up. Let's say I have a work project and I'm under deadline. You know, something like this. I have a work project, I'm under deadline. I might sit with the stress a little bit, try to make myself feel a little bit calm due to some way, and then go back and try to do all that shit. Do all that bullshit. Hell yeah. Ooh, let's get that one. Let's get that one out. Pay the life. Do this. Let's go ahead and deal yet more damage to Mario Brega. Almost there with the ties. Explode Man says, man, I missed most of the Mixer discussion, but I wanted to add my weird situation around it. Earlier this year, I finally moved on from my old retail job into a fantastic position with a dedicated server company. Oh, my opponent could have popped it. Whoopsie daisies. That's so funny. says, turns out Mixer was our single largest client. So the news of its demise has injected a bit of anxiety in my life. I think it'll be fine, but I can't help but worry a bit. Yeah, fuck. Okay, let's briefly think about this. What do I want out? You know, Oath of Kaya's don't seem the best. Do they? They don't really seem the best. Duresses seem pretty nice. I'm gonna... Desparks seem really good. So it looks like I need to cut 2 things. I need a sideboarding guide. I think this guy goes. Does Kaya do anything? Well, Kaya kills Uros in the graveyard. Kaya can kill the sharks. I think what I'm going to do is cut Elspeth's Son's Nemesis, because this feels like a very slight and slow kind of card. And I'm going to get the 4 dinosaurs in. I don't actually know where the shark comes in. We're going to try it here. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Seems like a good one. Instant speed deletion. Got some other people talking about things. Oh, I run JT. Hey, thanks for the 5 gifties. I run JT and just here for the rewards. Thanks for the 5 gifties. I'm sorry, I just... I think you might understand what I mean when I say I am a little distracted. Let's go ahead and do this first. Anoko Secret says, Sean, thanks for being a positive male role model when talking about emotions, thoughts, and feelings. My father's always been stoic and unemotional type. Well, you and the Day Nights has really helped me explore my emotionality and ability to understand what I feel. I hope to be one, Anoko Secret. You know, I have talked before about how when I was younger, I had a lot of those nice guy qualities. Like getting myself really amped up to ask a girl out. Oh, this is gonna be fucking sick, man. Oh, God. Oh, I can't wait. I'm gonna hold off on the Agonizing Remorse. I'm gonna play the Fenlurker first. Ask her out. She says no. I get all emotional. Oh my God, woe is me. No one will ever love me. All this shit, you know. And I mean, it took me till I was maybe like, Jesus, 24 or something, 23? No, maybe that's too old. Took me into my early 20s to understand that, boy, Sean, a lot of that shit you're doing is probably really, really stressful for her. You're causing stress to someone, you know what I mean? Like, ugh. Alright, do I want the Mortify? No, I think I want to get the Despark, or I want to keep the Despark in hand, because it's cheaper. You know? You know, I was talking before, I'm a very touchy person. I like giving hugs, and I like put my hand on people, how are you, and stuff like that. I mean, how many people at events when I was a kid did I make feel uncomfortable? Shit, you know, there's things like this that you reflect on, you think about, you want to change as you get older. And when you say, you know, I'm a good male role model, I'd like to say that I hope so. Hope so, I'd like to be. Hope so. That pain gets smaller over time. That little ragrat, that little oof. Ooh, I don't like that. That stings. That, you know, it goes down. Get out. Goes down. I don't think it ever goes away. I think that's also one of the things that. I think that's one of the things that I find to be a real challenge about seeing a lot of these allegations that are coming out. Because I mean, there's like a spectrum of. Actually, maybe a better way to phrase it is that there are things that a person can do that breaks no laws and yet causes harm. And I think that, you know, some of these allegations that people make are not that a law was broken and that it is not being accounted for in that way. But it's that harm's been caused. And I want to... And the ideal, in my eyes, is that someone who's called out on this sort of behavior, I zoom forward 5 years, and wouldn't it be wonderful if that person had learned from the experience, from the mistake, understood what they did wrong, was a better person for it, and helped make the world better, and helped transfer those message on down to their kids and to other people, you know? Like, I like that image of 5 years from now, that person who did harm now is a force for good 5 years of future. Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be nice? And you know what's really hard? I think very emotionally tough is that takes a lot of time. And so all that this is right now for many people is this person has caused harm, and if they want to begin that journey of betterment, it's gonna take time. For someone like me who's looking from the outside, what do I gotta do? Or let me rephrase that. Here's how I actually want to phrase it. And I want to actually try to make sure I phrase this properly. You know how I was talking about this ideal in 5 years? You know what the only way to get there to that ideal is? Time. That's the only way, is time. And that's what I think is really challenging, is that I feel like there's a wish to have answers now, to have something done now. And it's like, alright, I'm about to get exploded. And then depending upon what Mario Brega has, we'll figure out what to do with the rest of our things. And hell, man, that's why I've been talking a lot today about, like, hey, let me know how you're feeling. Let me know what's going on. Talk to me, my friends. Let's be there for each other, you know, because all the quote-unquote solutions, I already have one of these, and I already have one of those. A lot of these solutions just take time, and I think it's important to, in the interim, be willing to give lots and lots and lots and lots of support to one another. Friendly Sparks is watching Purge and Slacks talk about stuff in Dota going on made me cry. God, I've even... Are any of you having the same experience I'm having? Of, it's all difficult to track? I bet you I haven't even scratched the surface of all the conversation going on. I bet you. It's linked in the Dota chat and the Day 9 Discord. Thank you, Friendly Spider. Oh my god, Sacriel. Sacriel for 57 months says, ooh, what's this button do? Man, Chris, how are you? We're talking a lot about feelings and stress today. We're talking a lot about feelings and stress today. I saw on your Twitter, Sack, that you were taking a day off. I think that's really good and really healthy. I think it's really, really good and really, really healthy. Healthfully. Uh-oh. Oh my god. Oh my god, what a draw. I think I'm going to have to do this. I have enough mana for Despark and Elspeth Conquers Death. Successes have too many feelings and stresses to have a clue where to start. I'm right there with you, man. Streaming is... Obviously, it's a shitload of energy to stream. And I'm a complete baller for streaming. Let's just get that out of the way. You know, like, it's obviously work to do streaming, but... Man, there is a lot of comfort I get from having these hours set aside for this right now. It is a good day to die. I can't do it. I'm gonna just try to run this back and see what happens. You know, Sacriel, I wanted to ask you about this, if you're feeling a lot of this. Because again, I was using the metaphor of my stress kind of feels like a ball of twine, where I start to try to think about one topic and it bounces over to this topic, it bounces over to this and to this and to this. It goes all over the place. Yeah, I think that maybe Kaya should be Glass Caskets, now that I'm seeing her in hand. Huh. Anyways. One of the things that I'm curious to get your reaction to, Sacriel, or if you don't want to react to it, you just want to tell me to fuck off because you're trying to tune into my stream for some joy and I'm talking about drama, please feel free to push back. Let's get that one out. With Mixer shutting down, with all those big streamers leaving OPG, there's a sort of... Ooh, yeah, I actually think I'm gonna do this. I think I'm gonna do this. This is a very nice threat to have out on the board. I don't think that Mario Brega has
dead things that needed to stay dead.
any removal for this. Anyways. But when you see these significant institutions in your workspace seemingly shutting down overnight, do you get the same stress I get, man? Do you get this sense of unease? Like, I'm not on Mixer. That didn't affect me directly. I'm not on... you know, I'm not represented by OPG. Opponent's Graveyard. Let's get that out. This actually says, absolutely, it's terrifying. Yeah, I don't know, because, like, here's a quote that, once I say it, you're going to love it. You're going to want to use this quote. The quote is, when it comes to businesses, gravity is not a point of view. If you don't have a successful business model and you're not making enough money, there's a real business problem, and that is not a point of view, man. I think I ditched the Mortify. Like, when I look at Mixer, I bring this up because when I look at Mixer,
I'll be back. Am I dematerializing?
There was plenty of analysis about some of the viewership struggles they were having. They're, as far as people can tell, they're paying a lot of money for certain broadcasters. Can they make that money back? There's a lot of questions like this, and I think that there was plenty of sentiment that people were having of, there's plenty of sentiment people were having of, like, no, I just don't think it's going to be solvent as a business, you know? So I just imagine something falling, but it doesn't make it any less scary to see it hit the ground. You know what I mean? I have had the great opportunity, and in some cases a lot of pain, of working with companies that have shut down. Known friends who have run businesses that they've had to shut down. And I mean, it's pretty horrible. I should have maybe minus to this, right? I should have seen that coming. Alright, let's get this guy out. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do a Doom Foretold. I'm really not sure how I feel about the Rotting Regisaur in this matchup. I don't, it doesn't feel correct. It doesn't feel correct. Anyways. You know, I have known people whose startups have gone belly up, worked with companies that have gone belly up, and it's just... it's bad, man. My opponent can Shark Typhoon for 3 and eat the Charming Prince. That's why we're not swing voided. Or we can Bing Bong for just 1. Bong. And I mean that must be so hard for all those poor people that worked at Mixer. I don't know if this is true. This could just be absolute rumor, but it was reported that some of the people who worked at Mixer found out when stuff went live. Ugh. Alright, we're gonna get rid of that one. Can't do much about this, huh? When stuff went live... I'm sorry, when the public announcement was made, there were people that discovered it when the public announcement was made. And I worry, too, about, you know, some of those people that were working with OPG. They're just hanging out in their merry day. And then, all of a sudden, feel obligated to cut ties with their... agency. And that's some stress right there. Ooh. Well, I can get this one out. That's good. Yeah, I don't know, Sacriel. It's just unsettling. You know what I mean? Presumes the Sean. Have you ever talked, written more in detail about the business side of Day 9 TV? I'd be fascinated about the story of building it and running it. I don't think I've ever written anything specific. I mean, I talk about stuff a lot, so. Counter this. Who says he's... I'm currently going through a particularly unpleasant breakup and have been having a really hard time regulating my emotions, which is not something I've ever dealt with before. Any tips? Well, it was worth a shot. We did this in this order because if our opponent did not explosion one of our princes, we could have Yorioned a pair of princes. Yeah, I mean, I think that one of the things is when the emotions come up, don't try to make the emotions stop. Don't think of it as the emotions are bad and therefore let me try to get these ones out. By the way, I'm just going to note right now, I think that the Rotting Regisaurs were shit. I think that was a really, really substantial error to put in here. We discarded 2 very valuable cards without really being able to do very much. And I think with Uros and Nightpack Ambushes, our opponent can block it anyways. So I think that is one of the things that I think I'm really feeling right now. I'm going to get one of these guys. Actually, I'm just going to concede. I actually think that we've already made the essential mistake. I think that the Rotting Regisaur was incorrect to board it in this matchup. But that's fine. We boarded it in because our thought process was, this is one of the more confusing cards in the sideboard. I think it makes more sense if I'm up against an aggro deck. Whoa. I think against Team of Reclamation doesn't make any sense. I think if against like maybe mono green. Who says, he says, I feel like I go from super depressed to real angry to feeling absolutely nothing in the course of 20 minutes. I think that's normal. I think that's totally normal to do. Don't try to force it away. Don't feel like you need to do anything. I think it's really important to slow down. It's really important to slow down, you know? I'm gonna do this. Let's slow things down. Yeah, whatever you do, slow it down, but don't be Teferi. Nobody likes Teferi. How do I want to do this? I think this and Scry. I think this and Scry. I think Usazi, just find lots of activities that make you happy. Because if you are going through a breakup, you know what a lot of a relationship is? It's a lot of time spent with a person. No? Yes. I would love instant speed removal of reclamations, which I believe is happening. V. Kyle says, it's interesting you said about Regisaur. When Crokey's plays black, he has Reggie in the sideboard specifically for the reclamation matchup. I could be wrong. I have no shame in saying such things. It felt quite ineffectual, and I discarded 2 very good cards to do that, and that's what I'm reacting to. And I've only played 1 best of 3 against it. But yeah, Usazi, there's a lot of time spent in a relationship. If you're going through a breakup, it's important to have activities that then take up that time, replace that time with something else. I think that's a really important one. Doing it. Still those 1470s says, thanks for being a reliable and decent human being. I try. I make as much mistakes as the next guy.
I will rend the sun from the heavens.
Let's make some 1/1s. Let's beat people to death with 1/1s.
Fight beside me.
I try. I make plenty of missteps, caused harm when I didn't need to because I was upset and emotional. I try to get the average to be a positive expected value. That's my goal. I want the average. Ah, man. What a stressful time. What a lot to process, man. I'm against Team of Reclamation. What a lot to process. Fuck. I think I want this one down first. Yeah, these blast zones feel real good against the Rotting Regipal. How does this deck seem to be performing? I have heard a lot of good things about this deck. And I saw it and it's right up the Sean plot alley. Oh, God, Snorlax is the fragility you feel with the streaming industry over a mixture of sudden destruction is the constant anxiety I feel as an illustrator. I've had Joe jobs for years to maintain stability because the creative industry is constantly eating itself for a profit at the top. Dude, yeah, fucking tell me about it. Whew. Woo, man. I mean, I've been streaming for... This is the 11th year of streaming. You know what's crazy? I feel like the 10-year anniversary of Day 9 TV just happened. I feel like it just happened. But we're actually almost at the 11-year anniversary. Since my first stream. And I've been through 1, 2, 3, 4 different streaming platforms. Let's see, the VOD hosting platform that I was originally on shut down. Well, this actually helps quite a bit. Multiple offers to purchase Day 9 TV. Turned down. Many, 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 many working relationships that have come and gone. Like, you know, people talk about StarCraft 2. People talk about StarCraft 2. If you think about it, by the way, what is the play here? What is the play? You know, I actually think this is the play. I actually think this is the play. Do you know that IPL doesn't exist anymore? And ASL doesn't exist anymore? Blazefire says, purchase Day 9 TV. How'd that even work? I own this thing you have complete control over because it has your name on it. Well, if you were a streaming platform looking to build out your... As an example, if you were a streaming platform that was looking to build out a roster of people, you might want to have more than just someone who is there to stream. You might actually want some sort of closer partnership where the entire brand is under the umbrella of the platform. And it would be something like if I... Loyalty!
Death itself cannot halt my quest for justice.
Let's see what happens when I do this. And let's say that company went busto, they would still own Day 9 TV, and I'll have to just make a new channel, you know. So if I then did like this.
I will do my best to support you.
Let's see what our opponent does. Well, that's not good, because that means that there's probably a Mystic Dispute in there. What are you going to do? I think we lost. God, what else is there been? Okay, so this Oath of Kaya stinkers. I want these guys in there. Definitely want these guys in there. It's these Glass Caskets I'm not 100% on. I'm gonna try like this. Still says, are we kind of like the investors of Day 9 TV? That's right. I gotta admit, if you're thinking of this as an investment that you're making into this company, I gotta tell you, the returns will suck for you. Sean, I spent $60 on Day 9 TV because I subscribed for a year, and I made no money back. I can't even believe it. What's your VC pitch? I don't really need a VC pitch. 10 who are taken. We demand a better dividend policy, says Leak Soup. No, I really feel that the CEO has done an extraordinary job piloting the business this last year, and therefore 100% of the profits should go to him. Gofflesby says subbing has been the worst investment. I know. And remember, this is a capitalist society, so if you're benefiting from this emotionally, nobody gives a shit, you know. Only thing that matters, the bottom line. Yeah. You see? Yeah. Oh my god. Let's see. I think I should just pay the cost, get the Yorion, pop on in. Luke says, I don't know about y'all, but I've been subbed for 3 years, watched for 10, and the ROI for me has been great, just content consumed. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I'm happy to hear that. Oh yeah, that's what we like to hear. Holy crap, I am tired. You know, I perceive myself as someone that has slept recently, but I've been having a hard time sleeping over the last few days. Playman says, I appreciate that your hair and shirt are almost the same color. Yeah, of course. I've bronzed a little bit. Oh, shit. Okay. Here he comes. Here comes the Dana. He's a demon on wheels. He is a demon and he's gonna be chasing after someone. Titan 900101 says we are having trouble. What with pandemic anxiety? Dude. Truth. God, I actually can't tell you how upsetting it was on Sunday. I went to a hiking trail that requires that people wear masks, and it's a really wide trail. And so it's super easy to just avoid people and walk around. And of the hundreds of people that I saw over the course of like 6-7 hours, almost no one was wearing a mask. Almost no one was wearing a mask. My name is Sean, and I'd like to wish myself a warm spot of luck. All skill. Ugh. Okay. Yeah, the pandemic's been stressing me out a lot. Can I also just note that there's there's a couple other for Sean plot personally, and I'm sure for others too, obviously. But you know, for me personally, this is all about me for a moment. That has been bothering me too is the news that North Korea blew up a building in the DMZ. By the way, I'm probably going to get some details wrong here, but you know, blew up some structures. And I was like getting ready to go to bed, and I saw that news, and I was like, Nick, are you okay? Like, and there's continued protests in Hong Kong. Father lives in Hong Kong. It's kind of like some of the hot spots in the world right now. My family happens to live out there. I'm going to say no for one turn. This is nice. The costing 2 more is very, very nice. I'm trying to constantly flicker the Elspeth Conquers Death for that reason. Let's just do this. Let's just do this. See, I didn't want to trade this yet because there's many opportunities to reflicker. Let's get this one out of here. And then if my opponent kills that, then I can just replay a Yorion. Snatch up both of these. Good. You got it. Clean read. Clean read from your pal, Sean. Am I doing okay? You know what? Nomadic Influence, I will describe as how I'm doing is a lot... I'm a little disoriented, I think. All the just stresses and news. Like pandemic, move, PC gaming show, protests, continued protests, all the news we've been talking about the last 72 hours. Show. I'm doing okay. I have a lot of wonderful people who are really supportive in my life. I have spent a lot of time and energy trying to figure out how to make myself feel happier over the last several years. What do I need? So I have tons of those in place, but I'm a little disoriented right now. I'm doing okay, though. I'm doing okay. If I were not okay, I wouldn't be streaming. By the way, quick thing to note, if you play a Charming Prince, you flicker it with Yorion. Or, excuse me. If you play Charming Prince, you flicker Yorion. Then Yorion comes back on end step, and you flicker an Elspeth Conquers Death. This says, at the beginning of the next end step, do this. This means that at this step, an Elspeth Conquers Death comes up. So it is effectively doing a lot of the things that instant speed removal might do. And for that reason, it's tight. So this is kind of why I was doing a little bit of flickeriness. Show me what I got. Show me what you got. Okay. I still want to do this on the other turn. Aaron Twist, feel like you're stuck in a stress loop. I don't think I would say that. Is there something that I'm doing, saying, behaving in way XYZ that would make you think that? I think there's a lot to think about and a lot to talk about right now. I think I shouldn't have swung with that. To me, it feels like it's actually 2020 that's stuck in the stress loop. Aaron 2A, if I may be so honest, I feel like 2020 needs to stop dumping more stress in there. By the way, for any of you who don't know, I've known Aaron 2A for like a bazillion years. So Aaron 2A has always been super thoughtful and kind and pleasant. And has all full permission to say and suggest and think about these kinds of things. That said, Aaron 2A, you can fuck right off. Sorry, that's funny. Ah! Out of here, shark. God, I can't even cast this. If that's a Night Pack Ambusher, I lose the game. But I don't care. Yeah, but it's been... the last 6 weeks has felt like a new, uniquely stressful thing has been happening. Whoops. Cover. Curious to play with this deck a little more, see what happens. I'm feeling a uniquely stressful thing has been happening every few days, man. Yeesh. Oopsie daisies. This list, by the way, was considered one of the breakout lists of the recent Pro Tour event thingy. And it seems tricky to play. I'm not 100% sure on the sideboarding. And there's actually, like, so many decisions to make that I'm really excited. Like, when I play the Gruul deck, there's no decisions, man. I'm like, smash! I know there's some hard turns in there, but with this deck, man, you have to choose when to bounce, flicker, freaking everything. Aaron Tways, this is definitely true. I'm just saying, it's so easy to get stuck in a stress spiral. Instead of making progress, we sometimes just go over the issues in our head. Making a list and writing actionables help me avoid that. You know, I actually think there's... I think you're touching on something I really need to do at the core, which is, you know, you're talking about lists and thinking about actionables being helpful for you. I think I have not been responsible about taking time to really give myself pat-pats. You know what I mean? Just give myself little pat-pats. There's just so much to think about, man. Need to do more of my self-care gentleness. And Psychic Muffin has gifted a total of 50 subs this fine day. Shark Typhoon. Shark Typhoon. Thanks, it's Psychic Muffin. It says, feeling better, so I purchased more stocks. That's right, we're going to have a shareholder meeting of all Day 9 TV assets coming up soon. I think I am going to do this, man. I think I am going to bring it to the hand. Spinovari says Day 9's so chill today is basically ASMR. I'm a little roasted. Hey, well, it's my birthday on Saturday, and I never know what to do for my birthday. I never have a clue. I don't have a clue. I don't have a clue. Turning 29 again. I'll be 34. 34. Ooh. Ooh. I'm gonna do the thing that costs the most amount of mana that affects the board now. This is a bit painful. Wow, he's wearing pants and a shirt today. I don't believe he's so welcome here. Gadget air conditioner. Alright, have I lost yet? Nice. Nice! No loss! Nice! Well, I guess we gotta get the counterspell out of the way at some point. Yeah, this is my birthday, man. I do not know what to do on my birthday. Oh! Oh! Oh, my goodness! Oh! I'll play the Shockland. Need to discord 2 chords. Oh, you know, it's fucking pretty clear here. Sean, any recommendations for office chairs? Calb, I recommend the Herman Miller Aeron. Getting mine repaired right now, but I sure do recommend it. Boop, boop. Time played Doom Foretold. Yow. Hey, Lathias. Have a great dinner, man. Have a great dinner. Herman Miller Aeron. Herman Miller Aeron. Why my opponent would be chill with that resolving, I do not know. I do not know. Historic, oh dude, Cult Drakon Historic is nice. Historic is really nice. I've not done any of the Historic Anthology stuff recently because I just honestly have not been back for very long since it came out. Phyrexian Obliterator is just the gassiest card. Hey, look at this, I got a knight on the board. Fuck yeah. Looking forward to Jumpstart? Absolutely. Absolutely. Just remember 2020 has Peace Talks. Big, bright day for me. Ooh, yeah! Peace Talks! Peace Tacos. Get in there, buddy. Nomadic Influences, I never watched this from my PC. Holy crap, Cardboard Live is crazy. Ain't it something? You can mouse over any card on this screen. Mouse over the screen, you get the deck list. Mouse over the screen, you get all the information. And Cardboard Live actually is a really nice. Whew, that's so nice. You know, I'm going to get energy drink.
Notice I didn't
Get
say
rid of these guys, huh?
You beat me this?
Iceman says, Sean, is there a particular team or deck you've seen that is the best? Team of Reclamation. And you can get all the deck lists from the recent pro event, whose name I still don't remember, that no doubt fine humans in this channel will inform you of the name of it soon. They have been... Team of Reclamation has just been... Players Tour. The Players Tour lists have just been fully gaseous. As in those decks be gas. Let's get some caffeinated, huh? Snorlax says, haven't played MTG since the last Innistrad block. I wanted to get back into it. Is Arena pretty accessible if you haven't played MTG in a few years? 1,000,000,000,000,000,000,000% yes. Like, I can't even express to you how
Good for you.
much that is true.
This time.
In fact, one of the best parts about Arena is that you don't have to think. it takes care of all the automated interactions for you. It's fantastic. Fantastic. Kai Gaming 84 says, how you doing? Bet you never had a South African watching subbing. Hate to say it, Kai Gaming. We've totally had a shitload of South Africans here. You know, in the days of yore, in Brood War, South Africa was one of the... It was essentially the only region in Africa that was saw regular playership in Warcraft 3, StarCraft 1 events. How dare you? How dare you? How about those North Korean subs? Never had a North Korean here. That's truth. That's truth right there. Hit me. Farts. Well, this sure is helpful. Bye. I think Keith Numbers is having one of those oh wait shit moments.
You better watch your back from here on out.
Whatever. Kai Gaming says I got Day9 to reply back to me. My bucket list is complete. Been watching you way back, man. What a legend. Yes. Filling in buckets. I wish nothing more than to just pump up the buckets. Any else have any other bucketage? Sylphie. Sylphie TV is paying for the gift they got in gifting 5. Youch. I like that. The D in Day9 stands for bucket. Yuck. Still a magical 3 here. Let's go ahead and try to get Treacherous Blessing down. Blade, you also have for a few StarCraft 2 questions? Man, yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. One Pocket Pimps is what is one thing still on your bucket list when a little bit of time has passed and air travel is safe again. I have always in my life wanted to visit Poland and visit the Bekshinsky Museum. Bekshinsky is my all-time favorite artist. Zdzisław Bekshinsky. Fuck, I always mess up the Sław part. Zdzisław Bekshinsky. I think Polish is a really cool language. I've met a lot of wonderful people from Poland. One of my Brood War friends actually just fell in love with Polish language and culture, moved to Poland, married a Polish woman. I've just always wanted to go to Poland and see that museum. Bekshinsky's art is really moving and meaningful to me. Kai Gaming says, without being stoned, could anyone of you fine folk let me know why Sean stopped playing Hearthstone? Yeah, no. It's actually pretty non-controversial. I just kind of was like, yeah, I don't really want to play it. I'm good. I think the reason for that is that there was so few rotations that, like, with powerful classic cards existing, there was the same feel of a lot of decks from set to set to set to set to set. How do you spell the artist's name? Zdzisław. Ooh, shit, I'm doing this in the wrong order, ain't I? Zdzisław. Bekshinsky, which is Bekshinsky. S-I-N-S-K-I. This is a little questionable, but whatever. I mean, we lose to Explosion, but I think that's fine. Says BladeGL says, I got into watching SC2 Pro games again. I always wonder why Hellbats aren't used in the main army of ZVT. They move fast enough to keep up with Marines, tank multiple Baneling shots, and are amazing against the Zergling Flood. You may build a few Hellions in the beginning and make a few timing attacks with Hellbats, but pros always stop building them in the mid-game. How do we explain that one well? I'm going to give this explanation is a little hand wavy. This is a little hand wavy of an explanation. But that's fine. Basically, there are a lot of opportunity cost things to consider with Hellbats that are really important. That kind of found the underlying reason as to why you just don't see it that much. Well, obviously I have to do this. So, for instance, if I have a factory that, and let's focus your question more on why not Hellbats regularly built. Okay. Doom Foretold could get countered. Yorion could get countered. If that's the case, I would rather have Yorion come out, because my opponent would be dead next turn regardless. Keith Numbers has to have, like, exactly. Okay, cool. And if my opponent did have a counterspell, they'd have no cards in hand to be playing off the top. So the way to, we might rephrase the question is, why not lots of continuous Hellbats all over the course of the game? First of all, Hellbats are slow and non-maneuverable. Slow and non-maneuverable. They take up a lot of space in medevacs compared to their counterpart, the Marine. The Marine is a little bit more mobile, a little bit more quick to be able to do stuff. And the ability to quickly reposition is extremely important, to where if you want to do something that was weak to reposition, it would need to be really crazy strong, like a mine, like a tank. Another thing, opportunity cost. If you're making lots of Hellbats, you are going to have factories making them. If you have factories making those Hellbats, they're not going to be producing mines, and that's an issue. But wait, why don't I build more factories? Well, now all of a sudden, instead of, say, one factory with reactor, one factory with a tech lab on 3 to 4 bases, now maybe you'd need 3 factories, 2 with reactor. And all of a sudden, you're starting to ask yourself the question, with future choices, do I want reactor factories or do I want reactor barracks? You know, things like that. So it's not, everything you say about the Hellbat is true. Hellbats do a lot of good stuff. Hellbats do pretty dope stuff. 100% agree. But they're not they're not quite as maneuverable as the Marine, which winds up being the same cost. You have to rethink about what you're doing in your composition on the backside. I go first? Great. My opponent wants to go second. You got it. They can't shoot up. You know, it's little things. You know, we're about the factory composition. It's a lot of things like that. Doesn't matter. Yeah. So there's a lot of that. And we says Blade GL says, I mean, I conceptually understand, but in TVZ I feel like there's always a point where you have to do a big push to deny base 4 or 5. And from the games I've seen, mines are solo coin flippy. Can you tell me a little bit more what you mean by solo coin flippy? By the way, watch this. Show me what you got. Do this now because I don't care. Oh yeah, upgrades are another one. You have a different set of upgrades. Oh, I meant to get a planes, whatever. Mines are just super good, and they get to shoot once and can immediately get the hell out of dodge, you know? Blade GL Zergs have learned to not let all their bangs get hit by a single mine shot. I think I do want to do this. See if we can get some of our Mortifies and or Desparks. Boy, I'm good. If Zergs are spreading themselves out to very carefully avoid mine shots and stuff like that, I mean, I think that that's still makes me want to give a nod to Marines being better in that situation. I think that if you did want to get Hellbats / Hellions, you know, commit really hard in that direction. Again, it feels to me like opportunity cost. Yeah, if you had the Hellbats in the army, if you magically just plopped them in, you wouldn't have to deal with some of these other stuff, other things I'm talking about. And if you were choosing to have the fight and all this stuff, just let me get thee gone. Bang. Bye. Okay. A couple of things can happen here. A second Nightpack Ambusher can fall, or a Shark can fall. If a Nightpack Ambusher falls, we'll play the Elspeth Conquers Death afterwards. If nothing falls, we're going to play the Doom Foretold. If Shark falls, we're going to play Doom Foretold. Bing bong. Bang. I'm not advocating against the mine, but rather against the Widow Mine, I think. Yeah, the Widow Mines shoot up, which is a big reason for me. It's a big old reason for me. Alright, great, cool. We're gonna Yorion Flicker in a Widow bit. Or my opponent will just Uro and will Elspeth it. One Pocket Pimp says, do you believe that the Microbial Shroud was a secret nerf to cause fat fingering in case it increases Zerg? One Pocket Pimp. I'm going to tell you the realest shit that you'll ever hear me say, okay? Are you ready? Are you ready? I have no fucking clue what Microbial Shroud does. I have not a single idea in my mind as to what that does. You know what? I'm going to Doom Foretold here because this can give me multiple rounds of value. I have no clue what that thing does. And you know, like, I know that I've read what Microbial Shroud does. I've read it, and it caused no ideas to pop into my mind upon the reading of it, right? It's kind of like if you shared with me the definition of a word that perfectly describes a situation that doesn't happen. You know what happens? I forget the fucking word. Oh yeah, wasn't there that word that you told me that one time that means like that weird thing that I've forgotten all components of? Oh yeah, what was that word? Microbial Shroud? Yeah, okay. Show me what you got. Does it have an animation? I don't even know, Will. I have no idea if Microbial Shroud has a animation. I feel like a circle will appear with the words Microbial Shroud on it. I feel like that's what it'll do. Mercutio says, haven't seen a stream in a hot minute. The last time I was here, Daniel was ranting about all the Yorion debts he had to deal with, and now he's joining them in the degeneracy. I'll put an asterisk next to this, because this that we're seeing here is the post-nerf to companions Yorion companion. Nightpack Butthole. Get on out of there. Welcome. Mercutio says, fair enough. I stand correct. Yeah. Suck on that correction. Sucker! Oh. Oh, yes. Oh, I would love to. I have brown pants, a brown shirt, brown hair, brown beard. And soon enough, a little brown cat. Come on up, darling. I am so happy to see you. Happy Tuesday, darling. Hey, come on up. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I love you, sweetheart. You're such a good cat. Yeah, of course. Of course, I'd be happy to see you. Who gives a shit about glass? Yeah, go away. There you go. Yeah, hi, sweetie pie. It's Psychic Buffin says, my stocks are paying dividends. That's a good point. The dividends that we give out here are cat snuggles. I gotta be honest with you, man. Whenever I'm feeling really stressed, particularly about myself, you know? Maybe I did a bad job on a show, or I think many of you remember, maybe it was 6-7 months ago when I was just having a hard time and I was getting a little snippy on air with people. People would ask me a question that was asked an hour ago when they weren't there, and rather than go, oh, two different people aren't the same person, maybe I should just answer this one a second time, I'd like get all mad and snippy, and I'd sit there, judge myself at night, be like, I gotta be more patient. What does it matter with me? Oh my god. Show me what you got. Hi, sweetie pie. Yeah, I love you. You're a good cat. Oh, yeah, I love you so much. Whenever I'm in one of those moments, I'm reminded that these little cats love me dearly. And they come and they snuggle me and they just want attention. And I always want to be close by and see what I'm doing. It resolves, bro. It resolves. Let's get this guy out. How's this for a threat? Now this right now is an extremely sick play. Playing this increases the cost of stuff. Hitzel says, how often do your cats play together? I have a single cat and sometimes feel bad leaving her alone all day when I'm at work. They hang out a good bit. They'll chase each other around. Land would be the nuts. Howdy. Oh, yes. Do the 2 cast share a litter box? Yeah. I know that typically you want 1 litter box per cat or 1 litter box per room, but right now we just have 1 because we still got to unpack all of our stuff. We used to have 2 for a 1-bedroom apartment. Goodbye, sweetheart. This deck is gaseous. Absolutely gaseous. This is a fun deck. Fun. Looking forward to the weekend. Point Classic says, I originally didn't understand your feelings about Outer Wilds, but having played bits of it, I can confirm it's terrifying. Oh my god, that actually means a lot. That means a lot, man. Oh man, Outer Wilds is still one of the most masterful works of art-ish games that I've ever played. Oh shit. Look at this. It's mono green. Time to play with dinosaurs. It's one of the most beautiful games I've ever played, and I will watch a Let's Play of it. Maybe on my birthday I'll do, but like, God, the game's fucking so scary. So scary. Oh my god, it's so scary, man. Freaks me out. I think I have to get rid of this. How are you digging the post-ban meta? Says Yarly. You know, weirdly, Yarly, even though it's Team of Reclamation is dominant. Feels pretty good. Alright, hear me out. Hear me out. Doom Foretold with an Oath of Kaya out is a guaranteed bing bong and a half. We're going to take some damage. Bing bong. Thasophobia, says Hitzel. Blagiel says, can you walk me through choosing Henge over Gemraiser? Gemraiser represents some immediate damage. This card is obviously very good, but I have a Doom Foretold in hand. So I can just kind of wobble pick it off. And what I don't want is to play a Doom Foretold and have the Gemraiser, there it is. Whenever it mutates, destroy an artifact or enchantment, it would destroy my artifact or enchantment. This is going to be a bit of a pickle. This is going to be a bit rough, but it's okay. Okay, we're definitely fucked if our opponent's sacking the Great Henge. Sean growing a beard. August to May, I just haven't. I actually, God, just reading this stressed me out sufficiently much that, you know what? I didn't even get lunch. What?
time to fight is now. Courage will bloom in all who seek justice.
Alright. Yeah, I was visually stressed out. I forgot to even go get lunch. It was like 12:20 when I was like, oh my god, I have no food. Could you have done Rat and then Fenlurker? No, I couldn't have. I don't have enough mana. That would require triple black, and I only have double black. Stinkeronis. Deep fried Swedish fish says, haven't shaved since August 2012 and I couldn't be happier. Yeah, maybe I should do what my brother does and have just like a gigantic, robust beard. Well, this is good news. I have absolutely zero clue as to why this is the line that my opponent's doing. Zero clue. I would have swung with this as well because I can't. I have to let this one through. Alright. Fuck. I have died. Maybe not even these. Maybe bring some of those back in too. I feel like I might want these as well. Probably not the Agonizing Remorse, and we can probably trim one of the super pricey ones. This is the same deck Seth used? Yeah, in fact the title of the deck is the Stark Manfield Yorion Doom. For one drops, the one drops in there are Pelt Collector and Lovestruck Beast, and outside of that, wasn't it Brad Nelson? Brad Nelson also ran the same list, Honey Badger 90. Also did it. Okay. Boy, I'm going to do some mono-white life gain. I'm going to play this first because it's fun. Get out of there. Straw. Is this deck easy to play? My Fury, it's a bit tricky. It's a bit tricky. Oh, Acid Rains is dying to play another Croxa build? Yes! Probably don't need more than 5 mana now. Ooh! Ah! Sometimes I feel harmful to myself. I have the mana. You can't tell me I don't have the mana. This does appear to be a great henge looking play. Nothing on turn 2. Uh-oh. On turn 3, play a Lovestruck Beast. It's either a bunch of land or a bunch of pricey shit. Is Ghost Stalker not here? I think Ghost Stalker's outie. Is that bad? Oh, is that bad? This has trample, and I'm sort of okay with that. Okay. Oh, dude, there are so many cool cards in M21. M21 feels like magic to me. Ikoria felt like... It felt very cool.
At my side. I can't lose a fight.
This is some magic, man. This is some Magic the Gathering.
Watch out. They bite.
They bing, they bong. Iceman says, just made it to Diamond for the first time. Could have done it without you, brother. That was all you, Iceman. You had it in you the entire time. Oh, really? Okay.
Stomping time.
Stomping time. Bang. Oh yeah, that's a good one. Kled says, are you looking forward to messing with the new Chandra? I'm gonna do freaking big red Chandra tribal, man. Woo! Dunfest making a mistakey, man. This guy's so funny. Arr. Damn, see you later, alligator.
I've let Scarlet down.
Gives a shit about glass. Alright, that changes things a little bit. Ooh. Ah. Yeah.
Close your eyes. Breathe. Listen to the sounds of the wild.
Ooh, I don't know if that was the play.
Their claws, you're done.
Alright, well... this. Let's do this. Let's play this. Now let's do this. Gotta get that one out first. Let's do this. Maybe I could have avoided the damage. Whenever it becomes target, we sacrifice it. Oh wait, this works? Or becomes the target of a spell or ability.
Ah, time to disappear into the brush.
Doesn't target? I guess that's right. It's not targeting. The Yorion doesn't target. Who knew? It's not a target. Oh, I see. It's choosing. It's not targeting. It's choosing. It's choices. It's choices. Damn. Bum 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 bum. Da dum da dum bum. Da 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 da. Oh, yeah. Alright, I'm gonna try to do this properly next time. When was the last time you played Go? Mercutio, it has been many moons. It has been many, many moons. Ah, gosh. I actually don't think I've ever really done a lot of Go benders. I do a lot of Go watching because I find it very therapeutic to sort of tune in and tune out and tune in and tune out. And it requires enough thinking that it kind of eats into the brain power. No blocks. Bang, bong. Well, it's time to see how good Rotting Regipal is. All right. Well, we have a lot of things that we can discard, which is good. Oh my god, it worked. Okay, I was literally trying to run through all these different lines of what we could possibly draw and what we do in situation X, Y, Z, or the other. No attacks. And then it turns out, things are getting solved for us. This Rotting Regisaur is amazing. This is what this matchup. Oh, yeah. Meow. I'm zoning out a little bit. Sorry, I'm back. Hello. Discard a card. Temple of Silence. Who needs tap lands? Doing, doing. Ooh, this is some good stuff. This is some good stuff. Oh yeah, let's get rid of that. Oh my god, it's working. Yeah, I totally just like up and tuned out for a quick moment. What's going on? How is everyone? Hey, friendly spider. This is some good bone crushing. Look at this. Look at this Rotting Regisaur. Just sitting here, holding down the forts. Let's discard this one. And you know what I want to sack? I want to sack the... I think I gotta sack this. Oh my god. Oh. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Nope, nope. Oh my god, yeah. Wow. Wow. This feels powerful. This is... This is gas! I don't know why I find the word gas so funny, man. This is gaseous. Played. Alright, you are now empty. Go to the recycling. It shall be recycled. Prefer absolute plasma. Yeah, I like plasma's fun. This deck is plasma. I go first with this. That's good enough for me. Look at this. I have scry land and luck like no other. Boom. There it is. Now this, well, I'm going to Ardenvale first. It comes out tapped. But if I played the Swamp first, I could Agonizing Remorse, and then I wouldn't necessarily be able to hit the next one. Hello! Uh-oh. We got a buddy. We have a close buddy of ours. Sheriff the Cat, hi. Yeah, it's good to see you. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, little friend. Oh yeah, little friend. Ooh, dude, this next turn could just be absolute plasma. Hi, come here. Come on up. Come on. I have to hold my hands up like this. Like, I'm a scary ghost. Woo! Come on up. Come on, you know what to do. Come on, Sheriff. Yeah, no, come on. Here, look. What are you doing? Come here. Don't get confused. Don't just sit there purring. Yes, excellent. Good, good. Whoa, whoa, careful, princess. Okay. All right. Well, I wish to lurk. Oh, it hurts. This is Sultai Ramp, by the way. Sultai Ramp. It uses blue-green to growth spiral to Uro to do juicy things like this. It uses the black component to have various removal, various card dalliances. Boop. It uses black for a lot of the cheap removal, cheap discard effects, and in particular looks to have the black for casualties of war. Call Me Sanctuary says, my wife and I are disagreeing about how old Sheriff and Despy are. Mind telling us so we know who's right? How old do you think the baby girls are? If you had to pick an age of one of my children, what would you say? Alright, what else is going into exile? Shark Typhoon. Hold on, everyone. This is up to Call Me Sanctuary. Call Me Sanctuary says, my wife says between 7 and 8. I say 5 to 6. The kiddies are coming up on their 6th birthday. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Dun dun da 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 da. Wait a minute. Yeah, they're coming up on 6. I'm totally fucking right. I'm the smartest. I'm smart, and I'm gas. I'm smart and I'm gas. Do I bonk? It is a good day to bonk. Yeah, I mean that's actually just okay. So we're up against kind of a control-ish deck. So I mean, if I do this, take a damage. Exile this, 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 this. End of turn comes. Everything comes back. We want this to resolve first. We want this to resolve last. Yeah, this is just way too busted good. What did we exile? Uro, nice. Everything I need is on the field, my friend. Everything I need is on the field. That was the wrong decision. That was just wrong. Got him. I was wrong. Okay, you know what we don't necessarily need? Oath of Kaya. Glass Caskets also seem a little suspect. But not all the way suspect. Here's where I'm stopping. Do I want Desparks? I don't know what they hit. Nissa, that's what I'm forgetting. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get rid of... Maybe I want to get rid of these. I think I want these, and I think I want all of these. I think that's right. The 4 cost and higher ones are Nissa, occasionally Lily, but Nissa's a really big one. Shark Typhoons are a substantial presence as well. Who's Elspeth do for us? Elspeth is a unbelievable bomb. She's really good. Amazing. Summons 1/1s, gains life, can put on a shitload of pressure all by her lonesome self. Yeah, I think it's time to get a little remorse going. I think we might just own this matchup really hard. Yeah. This might be a good game. Just might be a done deal. Yeah, Elspeth summons 2/1/1s and then has 6 power of attacking the next turn. So against like empty boards, she just closes the game out insanely fast. I'm just gonna do this. We're just gonna Treacherous Blessing it. And then as Sean Fitzgerald plays more land, which Sean Fitzgerald wants to do, It's just like Fenlurker, Charming Prince, everybody coming down. Hello, Nissa. No Nissa, huh? Hello. And what's good is that we have shocked this in, so this does look a little bit like we maybe couldn't play anything. Ooh, I don't know if that's going to do it. Opponent's going to lose a lot. Extinction Event doesn't help our opponent very much. Exile. Fenlurker. Sean Fitzgerald is going to be down to, like, Donata, man. Nice. I think that's a good play. Land Casualties of War would hurt a little bit. Not a lot, though. Nice. Funny story. Let's force the discard first. So the last cards that is there might be one that would preferably be exiled. Oh, that's right. Castle Locthwain would come in untapped because this is a swamp. I always forget that.
Fight on without me.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I always forget that the Indatha Triome is a plain swamp forest. Even. Oh, Webby says, any advice for nerves when meeting people online for, say, D&D with people you don't know? Asking people questions about themselves. Ask people questions about themselves. Think of like 4 or 5 questions that you might want to ask them about themselves. Wait till the end of their sentence, and based upon the last word in the sentence, ask them about that. This is a good way to get you out of your head and into listening for the very last part. Because, you know, if someone's like, I went to the store to buy my mother a card because her birthday's tomorrow. Right? There's 3 parts in that sentence. You will always sound more natural if you're responding to the last part of a statement that somebody's making. Always, 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 always.
The crueler the opponent, the sweeter the victory. You won. I'll be back.
Yahoo!
Just you wait.
I'm gonna leave back the rat, man. It just always sounds more natural, because if you're like, I went to the store to buy my mom a card because it's her birthday. If you're thinking about things too much, you might try to start preparing a response before you're done listening. And then you go, what store did you go to? That actually sounds weird. But if you go, oh, hey, happy birthday to your mom. How old is she? Doesn't that just sound more natural? That's a good casualties. That's one. Another one. Don't feel bad to be nervous. It's totally fine to be nervous. Totally fine to be nervous. And if someone's like, how you doing? You'd be like, you know, I'm pretty good. It's kind of funny. I've known you guys for so long. Now we're meeting in real life, you know? Get a little anxious about it. Think about what you might say in advance. Think about what you might say in advance. Oh, hey. We are dead, aren't we? Rats. So if I this, and then I tap like these, and then I just draw a... Damn. Okay. I think this is good. I feel this deck needs more ways to remove Treacherous Blessing. I don't think so. We've been absolutely crushing people. And then we lost a pretty normal game, so... Feels okay. Has quite a bit of heals with the princes, the oaths. Sings like this. It's actually quite good. And you'll recall that there was a turn where we shocked in something that we didn't need to. That's what I think would be the first mistake we'd want to do. Before we begin to change cards in our deck, I think we should be more thoughtful about how we could have played better to avoid taking damage. And there was that very clear turn that I forgot about. This is a good-looking hand, huh? This is a good-looking hand, huh? Alright. Alright, let's refill up. Whoa, now this is a hand. Oh, this hand right here. Done. Show me what you got. No, don't hit me. Yes, fill your hand up with things that you can't do anything against. We're about to say goodbye to Sean Fitzgerald's most prized misses. Ooh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh. Oh, yeah! I think I actually keep this guy. What is my reasoning? My reasoning is that I basically have an answer for, like, everything. Except for the sharks, I don't have a very clean answer for those. And we're about to draw a bunch more cards. We're full health. I think this is a fine play. I'm super content to do this. Oh my god! I'm good. I mean, my opponent couldn't have cast it, but still. Zoinks. I mean, that kind of freaks me out a little bit. Wow, wow. Get more power onto the board, man. Bing bong. Feels pretty good.
I will protect the virtue of this world.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Behold, nature's true power.
Okay.
I can help you no longer.
Bing, bang, bong. Alright. We're doing it. And in this way, I have all my mana available for removal on this turn with lethal as a threat. Feels good, right? Friendly Spider says, alright guys, I'm feeling stressed. I'm going to go rewatch Lilo and Stitch for the 400th time. Comfort food. I am a big believer in comfort food right now. Comfort food. Food! Have a great day, Friendly Spider, sincerely. Dude, I'm gonna ask the same question I did at the start of this. Is everyone doing okay? Everyone feeling all right? Everyone handling all the stresses that are going on in the world okay? Really, I really hope you're all doing all right. You know? Shivak MTG says, does a whale like yourself have every card in the game? I basically buy the 18,000 gem thing. I buy 2 of those every set. 2 of those every set. And I don't have any issues, and I have a shitload of gems left over. It is a good day to scry. Fenlurker looks good. Mana looks good. Great. Really good. Alright, I think we're in a mirror situation. Chris up a GoFundMe to get you a haircut. Unfortunately, Morangi, this is a situation in which it's not really about my choice. Rather, all haircut places are closed. Blaze yells, for some reason I just remembered you once talked about making a cooking show. Whatever happened to that idea? I had an apartment with a really nice kitchen. Like, perfect for filming stuff. And then I moved. And that, as they say, was that.
Together we can exact justice.
Booze shoes, I just stopped my quarantine drinking habit and replaced it with a gym habit. I'm feeling really good about it. Yeah, all the gyms are still closed around me. Closed/unsafe. Oh my god, it's Doom Foretold. It's a Doom Foretold. Well, we have ways of dealing with this. It's plausible that I should have Treacherous Blessing. It's plausible that I should have Treacherous Blessing, but I would rather do something that puts a little bit more pressure on my opponent. Coco Brain says, I'm one of the lucky few in New Zealand, so I'm back to normal, basically. Dude, yeah, no, my brother lives in South Korea. He's like, yeah, things are fine. Bikes to work. It's just like friggin' surreal. Do I want the oaths? I think I do. I'm not 100% on this, but I think I do. Oh yeah, Booze Shoes needs to change your name to Exercise Shoes, yeah? Oh, that's so good. Here comes the rat. Probably the loyalty plus
Prepare
one.
yourself, Heliod. I have killed one god. You are braver than you know.
Let's get in there. Alright. So how much is this? It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I am going to just play out all the stuff. Ow. Bang. Play out the Doom Foretold. Bang. Boom. Blah blah. My opponent will probably sack that Treacherous Blessing. Renegade cosplays. I've been going to the gym nearly every day since I was 17, so after 3 months I'm starting not to be able to deal with the stress in the usual way that I'm used to. Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's so common that there are huge ranges of ways where people are de-stressing or avoiding stress they maybe didn't think of. So here's one for me. There are times when I've had to make regular drives in the week. Either to various appointments. I tend to kind of like chunk my days, like, you know, for a while Wednesday morning was like my errand morning. Go to the grocery store multiple times a week, you know, things like that. And I would just call friends a lot. I would call friends during those periods of time. In quarantine, all of a sudden, I do all my bulk shopping on the weekend. So I've lost out on all these ways to be able to talk to friends and connect with friends. Wow. I didn't think very properly just about how impactful that was to me. I wonder why my opponent didn't ditch the Treacherous Blessing, but instead ditched the Oath of Kaya. Huh. Things like the gym, just getting out a lot of stress. Stress and strain. That actually hurts us a good bit. Now I have seen through your evil plans. Ye treacherous bastard. You're not flickering that. Okay, then I have no idea why you didn't sack that. Okay. Thinks I got to do this. Boy, I'm a lucky boy. Boy, I am a lucky boy. Make some of these.
Courage will bloom in all who
Get it in the hand. Get it on the battlefield. Bang. Ooh.
I have not given up the fight.
No thanks.
Even the gods cannot escape my wrath.
Sacrifice something. Yeah, Moshi Boy says I found the lack of boundaries, beginnings, endings, regular patterns, and finality hard to deal with. Just everything kind of blends together. There's no X factor in my days anymore. Yeah, I mean, it took me years to get a sense of stability around that with my own work, where it's like, okay, when I wake up, I do the following 3 things before the show, and then once it's showtime, I focus on that, and when showtime's done, I'm done. You know? Katong says, what is a Twitch blackout that I keep seeing announcements for? I don't even know. I have no idea. Is Twitch down? Am I talking to nobody? Someone just texted me. I have no idea who this number is. Nice. This matchup's become real silly. Looking very tan today. You hit that sun? I did, Valiant Thor. I did hit that sun. Ermagerd, a Treacherous Blessing. Ermagerd, a Treacherous Blessing. Alright, who gives a shit about glass? Let's get this one out. Ooh, I played my land in the wrong order. Cheesy McDaniel says, if after your stream is done, what do you do for downtime after the stream? One of the things I like to do is cleaning. I like cleaning. Cleaning's good. Not a lot, but like, you know, do the dishes. Sometimes I'll cook dinner. I like reading books, playing games, and watching television. Alright, well, I guess I gotta sack this guy. Alright, let's eat it. Okay. Talk to people. You know. Pretty normal. This doesn't seem useful. I think I just go like bang, bing, bong, maybe. Is Rotting Regisaur come in? My opponents will have Mortify and Glass Casket. Hi! I know. Oh, I want these things in there, man. I can't believe I messed that one up. Come on. Come on up, baby. Come on. Yeah, you know what? I agree. This doesn't seem that useful, does it? Hi. Yep. Oh, yeah. Come on. Come on. Yep. Come on. Oh, yeah. We got your little ears. Got your little ears. Hi. Oh, you're such a happy cat. Okay, look. I'm going to lift you up. Yeah. No. Oh, my God. Where are we going? What are we doing? That's my dinner. Don't know. Ah. Oh. Sheriff. Hey, sweetheart. Hey. Come here. Alright, we have a lot of exploring to do. Fenlurker, the Despark, the Elspeth Conquers Death. This is really the only thing that does something, so let's get that one out of there. Ugh. Hippoqual says, was that your impression of XQC playing chess? Bing Bang Bong? I have been saying Bing Bong and Bing Bang Bong and various variants thereof for longer than anyone has ever been on this platform, ever. I'm the original Bing Bang Bonger, and no one will take those sound effects from me, not even the 1950s Batman. Ooh. Oh, Bob. On the hand, yo. Thanks. made a mistake. Trademark it. It's already been trademarked, Fossum. XQC owes me tens of millions of dollars. Bum da da dum da dum da da dum. Da da dum dum da 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 dum. I think it's time to. Yeah, I'm gonna do something treacherous here. I just don't think I need this many things. Well, down a Yorion. Feels rough. Treacherous Blessing. That got exiled, did it not? Rats. Charm and Prince. Charmed. Is this crazy? Am I crazy to do this? To get this one out? There's a Yorion there. I actually don't even know what the strategy in this matchup is. I mean, yeesh. All right, nice. All right, okay.
I am proud of my comrades.
Just a good opportunity to lurk upon the fens. Go ahead. Go ahead. I know. I know. Don't think I don't. No, I totally don't. It's fine. I think I do this. Crack it for black mana. There it is. Bam. We lurk. Like. Do this one.
No quest is easy.
And I think I flicker this guy, but I don't really know how I'm supposed to do this shit. I really don't even know what my goal is, like what I'm trying to get ahead of. Since this feels a little control-y, I'm always generally focusing on the card advantage, so I don't know. Welcome back, Elspeth. Welcome back. This is one of the reasons why she is just so strong, man. She just keeps coming back endlessly. Endlessly. The best possible card here is a Yorion. I would really love a Yorion. Switch to mono green. Mashi boy, after this match, I gotta use a restroom. We're gonna take a little break and come back and keep playing.
I will do my best to support you.
I will do a whole bunch of stuff, and I really, 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 really hope you think it's cool. Alright. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Got it. Good.
I cannot escape my failures.
Maybe this is a mistake to put in Kaya's Wrath. I don't know. If I'm behind, I really want to roast everything. I think we've lost. Thank God we've lost. Because, like, I don't know how your bladder functions, but mine goes from, no, I'm good, to, it's an emergency, and there's, like, not a lot of in-between. Bam, bam. Yorion off the top one time. Who gives a shit about glass? I feel dead. I wish to concede. Once again, I hope you like that today we're not trying to keep our hair down with product. We're letting it get huge. I am a massive hair. When we come back, we're going to do something. I don't know what we're going to play. Something fun, We're going to switch the decks up a little bit. I'm going to take myself, just like a nice 5-minute break, pet the cats, get some water, get some of those. And I just want to remind all of you who've been affected by the recent news, even some that I'm literally learning as we're live right now. There's a lot of scandals with the Dota, within the Dota casting community. Mixer, OPG, Pandemic, etc. I know there's a whole lot of stress in a lot of the communities that many of us frequent. As always, you can always come here to de-stress, to talk, feel a little better. We're always happy to give some support. With the exception of the next 4 minutes where I need to use the restroom. Outside of that, we're happy to. But how dare you think about doing anything for the next 3 minutes and 48 seconds? Stay here.